Hello friends, welcome to KMAC, Krishna's Maths Academy. This channel is for all the serious aspirants of SSC CGL, GRE and GMAT. Apart from following my YouTube channel, you can post all your queries in my Facebook page KMAC Krishna's Maths Academy. I will post solutions at the earliest and also make some videos of some hand-picked questions. As I promised you earlier, I will be making videos for SSC CGL Type 3 preparation. In Type 3 we have 5 concepts, 5 topics. Out of these 5, these 4 comes under one part and this is a separate one. So in exam they can ask you any one topic out of these 4, letter writing or notice writing or circular writing or précis. So out of these 4 any one will be asked, that carries 50 marks. And second 50 marks is for essay. So this is compulsory, and out of these 4, one topic is definite. But most probably 90% chances they will ask you letter writing. Very rarely they may ask you notice writing or circular or précis. There is one more probability, like for letter writing may carry 30 marks or 40 marks, and they can give rest 10 marks for précis or notice or circular, anything. So that 50 marks can be split among these 4 topics. So most probably they will ask letter writing for 50. Last year in 2016 they have asked letter writing for 50 marks and essay writing for 50 marks. But in CHSL we have seen they have asked for letter writing for 30 marks and they have also given précis for 10 marks or 20 marks. So these 4 topics were split in that 50 marks. So for today's video will be on formal letter writing. So tomorrow I will take you through informal letter writing. So letters, we have 2 kinds of letters, formal letters and informal letters. Formal letters can be replies, complaints, job application and recommendations, etc. So formal letters are basically we write some official purpose. Informal letters we write to blood relations or relatives, friends, etc. or our dear ones. So informal letters we can show a lot of creativity and we can be very much casual, whereas in formal letters you have to be very formal and professional. And as you know, in CGL the most challenging part is number of words, 250 words. So if you consider UPSC, you can write in 3000 words, which is not a big deal. If you have subject, you can write as much as you want. But in SSC the real challenge is many of us will be knowing lot of things, but we cannot put all those things. So you have to decide upon how to write your ideas and how to very much precisely how to present your ideas. So in 250 words you have to convey whatever knowledge you have in a very precise way and in brief. So in formal, that is just the difference. I'm telling you the difference. In either in a formal letter or informal letter, you will have exactly 8 parts. First part will be sender address, second part is date, third part receiver's address, fourth one subject, fifth one salutation, sixth one body, seventh one subscription, eighth one signature. I'll be telling you each and every topic in detail. The only difference between formal and informal is out of these 8 parts, 2 parts can be neglected, should be neglected, I can say, in informal letters. In informal letters you should not write receiver's address and subject also. So receiver's address you can neglect because informal letter is basically written to the dear ones, so they will be knowing you obviously, so you need not write receiver's address. I mean to say in informal letters you should not write receiver's address. Okay, just sender's address is enough, and that sender's address you need not write in detail. You have to be very concise and very brief. I'll touch upon that topic later. So for now, first let's move to sender's address, date and receiver's address, these 3 parts. So in formal letter, in a formal letter you have to write ABC. Suppose in the question if they did mention the name of the receiver, you have to write his name. So first of all you are writing sender's address, date and receiving address. Suppose your name is ABC. So in the question given, if they ask you to presume yourself as some ABC or Naresh, so whichever name they have asked, the same name you have to use here. If they don't give any such thing, just write ABC or XYZ, but do not write your name at any cost if it is not given in question. But pay special attention whether they are asking you to imagine yourself as so and so person. If they ask you to imagine like Krishna or Naresh, any name, then you have to write that name. Otherwise, just mention ABC or XYZ. So this is sender's address. This is sender's address. And one more thing is, do not put commas here. Commas are not required. Even to is not required or from is not required. Anything. You need not write to and from. Directly write ABC. And that address should be very detailed. It should be very much in detail. So ABC, Assistant Section Officer, Ministry of External Affairs, Delhi. So I am writing, this is my address. This is my sender's address. This is my address in detail. You have to write pin code and all. Next, in your real examination, you will be having boxes like this. Each and every word counts. So even that address part will count. So you have to finish this letter in 150 words. So each and every word counts. Whichever you have written in one box, it counts. And pay special attention. Do not write two words in a single box. I mean to say, whichever is written after space, that is counted as a word. So do not write two words in a single box. Write each word in separate box. Even New Delhi, suppose if you are writing New Delhi you write in this New Delhi, you can write in one box and this in another box. And once you have done this, you leave a line here. You have to leave a row here. Then write this date. Do not pay comma. Do not put commas here. Not required. Then director, here also comma not required. The director, External Ministry, Delhi. That's it. So your sender's address is done. This is date. This is receiver's address. So all the three parts are done. Now coming to subject. For writing a subject, you just need to write subject or RE. RE means reference. You can use either this word or this word. And write the subject in bold letters. Bold letters, I mean to say, you can just rewrite two times. You can write it two times. You can write, once you write the subject, you can write one more time on that, so that it will look bold. Or else what you can do, you can write the subject in capital letters. That will be much better. So there won't be any waste of time. You better write this subject in capital letters. Right. Next, one more thing to remember is subject should not exceed 10 words. So keep the subject very much intact. So write the subject within 10 words. It should not cross more than 10 words. That means, I mean to say, it should be in a single line. Once you are done with the subject, you have to write salutation. Salutation is very much important. There are certain rules which you have to follow. In a formal letter, this is not informal. In a formal letter, okay, in a formal letter, like if you are writing to officials, principal, headmaster, teachers, you better write sir, madam. That's it. Okay, sir, madam. And one more point is, if you don't know the gender, suppose you don't know whether he is to whom you're writing is a male or female, better always write sir. This should be default. So whenever you are writing letter to officials, principal, headmaster, teacher, you better write sir or madam. That's it. Okay. Do not write both at a time. Need not put even sir/madam. Whichever is applicable. You do not write like this. This is not a good sign. You always, if you don't know the gender, write sir. In business letter, you will just write dear sir or dear madam. Dear madam, sir or madam, that's it. So the difference between these officials like principal, headmaster, teacher, you don't put dear. But for a businessman, you normally try to be very nice to him. So always write dear sir. Right. Next, I mean to say here, editors in all other formal letters excluding editors, respected sir or dear madam should be used whichever is necessary. So whenever you are writing a letter to editor, use only sir or madam. Editor is also like a profession. So you can remember like a thumb rule is officials like principal, headmaster, teacher or editors, you go with sir or madam, that's it, don't put any dear. But with the business letters, like if you are writing some business letter, write dear sir. Fine. Next, in an informal letter you write like my dear father. My dear father, again syntax should be intact, like M should be capital, D should be small, F should be capital. So this is correct. My dear mother, correct. My dear Kavita, correct. And dear Rajesh is also correct. My dear Ajay. So whenever you are writing my dear, M should be capital, D should be small, and the name of the person should be capital again. If you are writing just dear, so first letter should be capital, R should be capital. Mind you, do not write like this. Do not capitalize each and every letter at the starting of each word. Okay? My dear Ram is wrong. This is correct. My dear Ram is correct. So just capitalize the name of the person and my, that's it. And there is no such words like do not write dear friend. Dear friend will be very generic term. Your friend, if you are writing dear friend, that means you are not aware of that person, that's it. Dear friend is very vague term, it should be very much specific. So you write even my dear friend is wrong, so you have to, instead of friend, you have to write his name. His name should be written. So this is correct. So do not write dear friend or my dear friend. Okay. And one more thing is editors. Whenever you are writing to editor, professors or teachers, lawyers, doctors, you have to write sir or madam. Do not put dear. When you are writing to a businessman, put dear sir or madam. If you don't know the gender, always use sir. Fine. So that salutation part is done. Okay, then coming to body part, body of the letter must end in two paras. So body of the letter must end in two paras. So just remember, body should have only two paras. And because in SSC you have word limit, you have word limit of 150 words in letter writing. So always go with two paras. First para should contain the reason. First para should contain about you, because since this is an official letter, the other person who is at the end should know about you, at least in brief. So first para containing the elaborated incidents or the reason for letter writing, and second para contains the conclusion and ending part. So in the introductory first paragraph of the formal letter, introduce yourself in just one line, and state the reason for writing the letter in one more line. So in 2 lines or hardly 3 lines you will end your first para. So coming to the second para, you just brief upon the topic, what exactly is happening, and describe about it. You need not use all your creativity. You can use your creativity to any level in informal letter, but in formal letter do not try to use your creativity too much. Just be very specific and to the point. So first para you will write about yourself and then the purpose of writing letter. Second para you will just describe the incident, what exactly you are looking for, what exactly you wanted to convey. That will be your second paragraph. And third paragraph you can conclude. The conclusion is like what exactly you are expecting from him. That should be your third paragraph, that is conclusion. So your body will have 3 paras. This is the ideal structure, 3 paras. And do not end each and every paragraph abruptly. Do not end it. You have to link them up. So once the reader finishes your reading first paragraph, he should not feel odd when he is switching to the second paragraph. That switch should be very smooth and comfortable. So I will be telling you those keywords, how to hook para 1 and para 2, and how to make that flow very smooth. So that I'll be teaching in coming lectures. So for now I'm briefing about the outlines and what exactly you have to write, how to write a formal letter. Okay. On the other hand, you do not need to introduce yourself in an informal letter. As I told you, in informal letter you need not describe about yourself, because the other person should be very much familiar to you. And in a formal letter, in an informal letter, just state the reason is enough. Besides intro and conclusion, we need to add 2 to 3 paragraphs to the body. This is not mandatory for SSC, but first in a body, first of all, one line you will write about yourself, second line you will write about the purpose, then one para is done, second para you will describe, and third para conclusion. That's it, done. 3 paras done. Next, convey the information in a planned way. Start with the most crucial information. So, first of all, while the reader is, any reader will read from top to bottom. So, first of all, the crux should be at the top, not at the bottom. So, most important topic, most important information should be written at the beginning, and gradually add more data to back your contentions. So, whichever you are saying, you need to corroborate your statements with some examples, or you can give some data. You have to provide some data to just support your arguments, or to support your claims, and keep the least relevant information for concluding part of the paragraph. This will also help you to stick to the word limit while simultaneously ensuring that you will add all necessary points to the letter. Next, so in this purpose, as I told you in the first paragraph, you will first brief about yourself. I am Krishna from so and so area. That's it. Then you're done. Next, second will be your purpose. So here I am detailing some purposes. Case 1, letter to the editor. These are some good lines you can use. Letter to the editor. So purpose can be, through this esteemed column of your prestigious newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards, and you will write the incident here. This can be one good statement. Second is, I would like to bring to your notice of the civic authorities and public the sorry state of so and so through your prestigious newspaper. Okay. Second case, general complaint. I regret to bring to your notice. Okay, this is one. Second one is, I would like to draw your attention towards. Good statement. It's high time you paid attention towards. This is a grammar part. Whenever you are having it's high time, you have to use V2. So you paid would be correct. Do not say it's high time you pay. You pay is a grammatically wrong. So you have to pay special focus on your grammar part as well. So whenever you're using some good clauses, make sure you use proper grammar as well with it. So it's high time you paid attention towards the untoward incident, something like that. So you can, this one you can use. I would like to lodge a complaint against. Fine, this is a very much direct sense. It pains me greatly to write that. This is very much looking good. So it pains me greatly to write that. So this clearly shows your emotions. You're venting out your emotions in a proper way. So I personally feel this is much better. Okay, and even this is good. I regret to bring to your notice. Fine. Next, case 3, letter containing general information. This is to state that, and it is stated that, this is to bring to your notice that. Okay, anything you can use. Case 4, if the letter is a reply, then you have to write like this. This is in reference to your letter number so and so, or I came across the advertisement dated so and so, got published. All these things you can write. Next, subscription. Subscription in the sense, you cannot end your letter abruptly. I mean to say, you cannot end your, not only letter, you cannot even end your paragraph abruptly. So make sure each and every paragraph is ended very smoothly, and there is a connection from para to para. Similarly, while ending the letter, do not end abruptly. You have to end it very smooth. So to accomplish that task, we have subscription of the letter, that is the end should be according to the sharing of the letter. A letter must not end abruptly, as this would look rude. So contain forms of polite, so certain forms of polite leave taking or prescribed, that should be written after the last words of the letter on the left hand side. This is important, left hand side corner. It should start with a capital letter and end with a comma. But actually speaking, in your letter, only here, this is the place only where you use comma. That's it. While writing to address, sender's address, receiver's address, nowhere or date you don't use comma. Directly only use comma at one place, that is at the subscription part. So when you are writing a letter to blood relatives, you write yours affectionately. To friends, you can write yours sincerely or yours lovingly. Yours lovingly. And one more thing, yours, yours. This is wrong, this is right. Because this is apostrophe s. This means possession. Possession, this pronouns cannot use possessions. Only nouns can use possessions. Similarly, its is, its means, meaning is it is. Its means possession. So whenever you are using pronouns cannot be used with possessions, apostrophe s. So yours, you apostrophe s is wrong, since your is a preposition, sorry, pronoun. So only apostrophe s can be used with nouns when they are intended to show possession. So principal, head, teacher, etc. you write obediently, yours obediently. If a businessman, you write faithfully. To strangers, truly. And okay, this last point you can ignore actually. This last point you can ignore. What I mean to say is, you whenever you are writing to blood relatives, you can write yours lovingly or yours affectionately. To friends, you can use yours sincerely. Better to use yours sincerely or yours lovingly, anything. For professionals, you use yours obediently. For business people, you use yours faithfully. So when you are not mentioning any name like dear Rajesh or something like that, when you are not mentioning by any name, then you have to use faithfully. But then if you are using any name, better to use yours sincerely. So this is what this statement says. To end a letter, use yours sincerely if you have addressed the person by name. So yours faithfully if you don't mention by name. Suppose if you are writing dear sir or sir, better to write yours faithfully, because normally just think you will have a faith on God. Okay, so God is unknown person, you don't know him by name, you don't know him, you have never seen him. So so this way you can remember it well. So whenever you are not writing any name of a person, so better to use yours faithfully. But then if you are writing a name of a person, better to use yours sincerely, right? So no confusion in this part. Then finally comes the signature. The signature of the writer of the letter should be below the subscription, and in a letter to the stranger, the signature should be clearly written so that he could know whom to address in reply. So this is the important part. So the thumb rule can be, you have to clearly write. The signature should be very much clear, like yours sincerely, Krishna. Write, do not sign here. Instead, you have to write your name properly, very much proper. Okay. A woman should prefix to her name Miss or Mrs. Okay, in brackets before her name. Similarly, if you are male, better to write like this, Mr. Krishna. Okay, yours lovingly, Mr. Krishna. But then remember, pay special attention here. Do not directly write your name. Whichever name is given in the question, you have to write that name. If nothing is given in the question, you have to write XYZ or ABC. Fine. Here is a sample official letter which I have written last year in for 2016. Okay, so seeking justice from sexual harassment case. So the question was actually the question whichever I read, the question clearly mentioned, clearly stated, write a letter to the Ministry of External Affairs. So this one you have to understand, you have to use your mind. They clearly gave, write a letter to Ministry of External Affairs. The office is in New Delhi, so you have to put New Delhi address, not any other address. So ABC. So in the question he didn't give any person's name, so I used ABC. No comma here. Observe this. Assistant Section Office, Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi. In the question they clearly stated Ministry of External Affairs, Delhi. That's why I'm writing Ministry of External Affairs, Delhi. Then I give a space here. 7th March 2017. No comma again. The director, not comma, comma is not required. The director, Minister of External Affairs, New Delhi. Done. Again space, subject, SUB, seeking justice from a prejudiced judgment. That's it, done. So very much crisp and clear. Next, respected sir. Respected sir, you are writing through some professional, so you can just write sir or respected sir, no issues, but do not write dear sir. Respected sir, this is to bring to your kind notice about the injustice meted to me in a sexual harassment case filed by one of my colleague XYZ. But before this, as I stated you, this is the purpose. Before this, you can write about yourself. Respected sir, I am ABC from working in Hyderabad in so and so department, and that's what you have to mention it here. I didn't mention it here, but actually speaking, you have to mention that here. First write about yourself, then write the purpose. Next, second para starts the actual crux of the letter. Okay, so you have to explain the incident properly. On 25th February, Miss XYZ slapped a sexual harassment case. Here it will be a sexual harassment case against me, and the inquiry committee had been completely prejudiced in favor of the female employee. The jury hadn't even paid any heed to my argument. See, this word heed is a good word. Paying heed means they didn't pay any attention. Instead of writing attention, you are using a good word heed. Even paid any heed to my arguments. Consequently, see, why I'm using consequently is I'm just connecting this sentence. I'm not ending the sentence abruptly. I'm just once I'm done with the sentence, I'm just using some connecting words consequently so that the flow is maintained. So consequently, they penalized me with the suspension. Miss Miss XYZ has used women's safety rights to her advantage in taking revenge against me, comma, against me. So punctuation is very much important. When you say against me, comma, you are giving a little bit pause. So the reader also will give a pause here. So revenge against me as a suspected malpractice in her and complained to the higher authorities sometime back. Okay, then coming to the conclusion, I therefore request you to revoke my suspension and give me a chance to challenge the case. Thanking you, yours sincerely, ABC. That's it. Thanking you, yours sincerely is the, here you can use comma. Y should be capital, S should be small. Yours sincerely, comma, ABC. No full stop, nothing. Okay, no comma. Comma is not required here. As I told you, comma is only used with the subscription. So yours sincerely, comma, and ABC. Do not put apostrophe S here. That will be wrong. No apostrophe S. ABC. That's it. So I cannot say this is a perfect letter, but this is an apt letter. Like you can, all the rules are met. Okay, so all the rules are satisfied in this letter writing. So obviously you can, this will definitely fetch you better marks, right? So we are done with letter writing. Next video will be on informal. So once the letter writing is done, I'll be telling you some good vocabulary, some quotes and all. So we have to focus specially on vocabulary as well, right? I'm ending the video session here. Thank you. Please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.